can't believe I'm surprised they didn't try to do it and repeal it in this year.
It's his son from,
They've done so.
North Center.
Forget about
Call the February 12, 2015 meeting of the Fawcett Town Council to order. Please rise for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Two announcements. I have an email from the Secretary of State's Open Meetings website indicating that this meeting was posted on February 10th, 5:30 p.m. So we are in compliance with the Open Meetings Act. I'd like to note that the solicitor is not here this evening. She's at a conference in Florida. She's complaining to me it's employee relations conference, and was complaining to me that she spent 8 hours a day in a conference room in Florida. I spent 8 hours a day shoveling snow, and I didn't pay for it all. So she won't be here this evening. We have advertised for a bid opening this evening on the Foster Town Hall heating furnace replacement project. It did not make the agenda, so we can't take action on this at all, but I do need to open it in compliance with the advertisement, publicly announce it, and then I'm just going to turn it over to the town clerk, and she can get it to the appropriate platform. So this is replacement of the town hall furnace. There's only one bid here. It is from Vincent Heating and Air Incorporated from Cranston, Rhode Island. And we bid for the installation of new oil-fired Williamson Thermal Flow Series 2 furnace, fabrication and installation of all necessary transition to ductwork, materials, piping, smoke pipe, wiring control, safety devices, etc., and labor, $6,855. So no motion.
What was that again?
$6,855.
That's what those.
The town hall. And I'm just going to turn that over to the town clerk. Moving to the agenda unless there are any other announcements. Okay, hearing none. Minutes from January 8th.
Make a motion that we accept the minutes for January 8th as presented.
Discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
And, I am abstaining since I was not in attendance at that meeting. Motion carries 4-0, one abstention. Minutes, January 22nd.
I make a motion that we accept the minutes from January 22nd as presented.
Seconded by Mr. Hawes. Discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries unanimously. Next item, warrants, payroll warrant number 29.
I make a motion that we accept payroll warrant number 29 in the amount of $28,459.03.
You've been Mr. Hawes, discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Payroll warrant number 30.
I make a motion that we accept payroll warrant number 30 in the amount of $30,529.64.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries unanimously. Payroll warrant number 31.
I make a motion that we accept payroll warrant number 31 in the amount of $29,363.64.
Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries unanimously. Agenda warrant number 14.
I make a motion that we accept general warrant number 14 in the amount of $215,535.37.
Is there a second? Second. Discussion?
I just got a quick question, I see Joe walk in. Second page, it just got lists shop supplies for $2,224.
Can you describe it a little better?
That's exactly what I got. It says Nutmeg International Truck Parts and Repairs, shop supplies. Now, you got other things broken down that describes like 2 kits, 2 cable, power service.
Which vendor was that?
They're all Nutmeg, and all the other ones are at 100, 200, 150, but there's one that simply says shop supply, and the other ones that are in that range explains that one's a belt for $54, one's 2 kits and 2 cables for $282, one's a power service for $180. All those are broken down, but one says shop supplies, and it's the highest one.
Yeah, that was inventory from, for a hose machine, and it was also oil.
What kind of, $2,400 worth of motor oil?
No, there was inventory for our hose machine also. We have a hose machine now.
To make hydraulic hoses?
Yeah, to make hydraulic.
Oh, so it was getting your stock supply set up.
Exactly,
Okay,
exactly.
all right, gotcha.
It's costly at first,
Oh.
but over the long term, you know.
So you basically just got set up to do all your hoses and your.
We got that, we had the machine first, and then we got all the supplies second.
All right, that makes sense.
Further discussion? Okay, hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carried unanimously. Past due quarterly reports, we have a couple in front of us.
I make a motion that we accept the following fourth quarter past due quarterly reports from the Ambulance Corps, Conservation Commission, Foster Home Repair, and Planning Board.
Is there a second? Discussion on these reports.
We still don't have the civic preparedness, is that,
That is usually written by the Director of Emergency Management.
and
Since we don't have one at this point, that's going to hang there until we do. The good news is we did receive an applicant.
oh, good.
So we're looking into that. You can go see the application. Jane has it. It was too late to make the agenda, but we have it.
Good, thank you.
So any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries unanimously. New business, additions and abatements from the tax assessor.
I make a motion that we grant the motor vehicle abatements in the amount of $168.90.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Request for Roadkill Spring Classic Bike Ride through Foster for March 29th, 2015. These folks had a road race, a bicycle race through the town last year. I asked the police chief to look this route over and let us know if there are any issues or any concerns. So I'm going to ask the police chief, are there any issues with us?
None at all. Last year it was, I think it was probably the wettest day on record, but, and they still ran it. Again, very professional group, no problem at all.
Okay, so is there a motion from the council to approve this?
I make a motion that we approve the request for the Roadkill Spring Classic Bike Ride through Foster for March 29, 2015.
Second? Second. Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Request for 3K Race Productions Road Race and Town Fairgrounds use.
May I ask, I'd like to request that we table this since it's the same date as the horse show that we already granted, so I want to gather more information.
Okay, so that's a motion to table.
Yes, please.
Is there a second? Second. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries unanimously. Would you just let us know when you'd like it? put back
Yes,
on
and
the
at that
agenda?
point, I will recuse myself.
Animal shelter contract. So we do this each year. This is a proposal for our town to utilize the town of Situate animal pound for impoundment of dogs, cats, whatever animals. And the proposal comes to us from the solicitor of Situate on behalf of their town council. $10,000 per year for the year, payable in 2 installments. This is the same rate and the same conditions as last year. Is there a motion?
I make the motion that we accept the proposal to use the town of Situate's pound in accordance to the $10,000 payable in 2 installments.
Okay. Motion. Okay, seconded by Mr. Wallace. Any other discussion? Any discussion?
I would like just to mention that they are looking for volunteers, if anybody's interested at the facility.
Okay. And this has your endorsement, chief? Yes. And treasurer, this is, okay, she's not, okay, any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Policy concerning auto damage complaints on town roads. We are going to let the treasurer address this because she asked for this to be put on and has a draft proposal in front of us.
I spoke with Joe about this just to make sure that we were in agreement. And basically, it stemmed from a taxpayer or I believe it's a taxpayer, who had damage to their car. They took it to Alexis to have it fixed, and they wanted reimbursement. So we started looking around at other policies, and I asked around to different municipalities to find out what they did. So this is basically just a derivative of that. We found out what they did. We agreed that it seemed somewhat reasonable, but we all felt that you needed some sort of proof. You just can't call in and say, hey, I popped a tire on such and such a road. You know, you need some sort of a policy. So honestly, if you don't approve it, I'm good with that. It's just that I won't pay something without town council's approval. So we needed something. We needed a policy or something from you that said that we won't reimburse in any situation, or something. We needed to have some sort of dialogue, because that particular person's probably called about 8 times, and we have no real response for them because we don't have a policy. So at least we could guide them. And now I'm sure that their comeback or their discussion would include a comment about, I can't wait forever to repair my vehicle, which is true. So to mitigate future problems, you know, we should have some sort of policy. So policy basically would include filing some sort of a formal report. The police station would call the DPW to let them know that somebody had damaged their vehicle or claimed that they had damaged their vehicle, so that they could go to that site, look at it, and correct whatever was wrong, or at least direct traffic a different way, so to avoid future problems. And then once this was in place, if that person wanted reimbursement, they would have to follow certain steps. For example, get an estimate, and then you would, multiple estimates, we would reimburse the lowest estimate or up to a maximum of a certain dollar amount. I used $300 because I was told that's what Warwick used. And
who used that?
Warwick used that. So, and if you want to lower it, you could lower it. If you wanted to increase it, you could increase it. And because this policy was hazard, road hazard, we included other damage as well, in case there was something else. A maximum amount. Similar policy, similar procedures, but a maximum amount. You can change the maximum, you can take the maximum amount, go case by case, you could do whatever you're inclined to do. It's just a starting point for something.
Mr. Wills?
Yes, sir.
To tag on to this, obviously there's the storms have been bad, but